Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, most merciful. Dear students, I am Dr. Asrar Ahmed and it's my lecture number 7 with reference to the third order reaction when the initial concentration of all the reactant is different. Third order reaction when the initial concentration of all the reactant is different. Dear students, this topic relates to the chapter Reaction Dynamics. The course code is CHEM 4146. Dear students, in my previous lectures, you have studied about third order reaction, that there are 4 categories of the third order reaction. Number 1, when the initial concentration of all the reactants is same. Number 2, when the initial concentration of 2 reactants is same, but the third reactant has different concentration. Category number 3, when only 2 reactants are involved. Dear students, these 3 categories, first, second and third, you have studied these categories in my previous lectures. So today I will guide you about how to determine the rate constant expression for a third order reaction when the initial concentration of all the reactant is different. So my today lecture will be related with the third order reaction when the initial concentration of all the reactants is different. Dear students, to understand this type of category or this type of reaction, we suppose we have 3 reactants A, B and C which react with each other and give some products. We also suppose that for the reactant A, we have written its concentration with small a. Small a is the number of mole of reactant A. Small b is the number of mole of reactant B. Or small c mean concentration or number of mole of reactant C. So here we further suppose that when the time is 0 second. 0 second mean it is just beginning of the reaction, it is just commencement of the reaction. At that time, when time is 0 second, then we have A mole of reactant A, B mole of reactant B and C mole of reactant C, and we have 0 mole of the product. But when some time t second is passed, then X mole of the products have been produced. Definitely this X mole of the product have been produced from reactant A, B and C. So the remaining concentration of reactant A, B and C after time t will be A minus X for the reactant A, B minus X for the reactant B and C minus X for the reactant C. So dear students, if we apply rate law for this third order reaction, then we will write in this term that change in concentration of X with respect to time or rate of reaction here will be written as dx over dt. It is equal to rate constant K into concentration of A, B and C. In my previous lectures, I have discussed that this square bracket indicates active mass. But here we will consider that it is the molar concentration, because in common sense, active mass and molar concentration are considered same. But in some special circumstances, these are two different entities. So dx over dt is equal to K into concentration of A into B into C. Since the concentration of reactant A is A minus X, concentration of reactant B is B minus X, and concentration of C is the C minus X. Therefore, we can write this rate law in this form, that dx over dt is equal to rate constant K into A minus X into B minus X into C minus X. Dear students, in this rate law equation, the most important thing which we have to determine is the value of this rate constant K. Because if we know this rate constant K, then we will be able to find very easily that when a third order reaction proceeds with different concentrations of the reactants, then what will be the rate of this reaction. So this equation or this rate law, this equation will be specific only those reactions which belong to category of third order reaction when the initial concentration of all reactant is different. Dear students, now we will separate the variables from this equation. So he will rewrite this equation by separating the variables and apply the integration rules. So after separating the variables and integrating the equation, we can write integral dx over a minus x into b minus x into c minus x is equal to rate constant K integral dt. This is equation number 1. Dear students, most of the students of this class, they have studied zoology and botany in their lower classes, so they have no idea how to integrate an equation. So for the purpose of simplicity, at the end of the lecture, I have written here some rules of integration, that if we have constant, then function will be integral a into dx and integral will be ax plus c. Similarly, if there is variable, just like we are writing here, then integral x dx will be written as x square over 2 plus c. Similarly, for the square, reciprocal, exponential and trigonometry and some power rules, they have been written at the end of this lecture, so you can take help from there. Now I am going back to my equation number 1. So according to equation number 1, integral dx over a minus x into b minus x into c minus x is equal to rate constant K integral dt. This integral equation has been obtained by applying the rules of integration as given or mentioned at the end of this lecture. Dear students, now we will apply a special partial fractional method and will try to solve this left hand side of equation number 1. When we apply the partial fractional method, then the left hand side of this equation became 1 over a minus x into b minus x into c minus x is equal to a over a minus x plus b over b minus x plus c over c minus x. Dear students, this partial fractional method you have already applied in previous lecture when we studied the second order reaction when the initial concentration of reactant was different. But there were only two reactants A and B, and here in this lecture you are taking a third reactant C. So the same partial fractional method which you have already applied in the second order reaction with different initial concentration, we will apply to these three reactants A, B and C. So according to equation number 2, that has been obtained by using partial fraction 1 over a minus x into b minus x into c minus x is equal to a over a minus x plus b over b minus x plus c over c minus x. Dear students, now we will multiply both sides of this equation number 2 with a minus x into b minus x into c minus x. When we multiply both sides by this term a minus x into b minus x into c minus x, then this denominator will be cancelled out with this term. And similarly, a minus x will be cut with this a minus x, b minus x with this b minus x, c minus x with this c minus x. So the resultant equation after multiplication, we will get 1 is equal to a into b minus x into c minus x plus b into a minus x into c minus x plus c into a minus x into b minus x. Dear students, this is the equation number 3, and remember that this equation number 3 is very important in this topic, because by using this equation number 3 and applying different conditions, we will be able to find in the remaining lecture the value of A, value of B and value of C. For the determination of A, B and C values, this equation number 3 is very, very important. So, if we use this equation number 3 and apply the condition, let us suppose when a minus x is equal to 0. It means if a minus x is equal to 0, then x is equal to a. So, we will put this x is equal to a value in this equation number 3 as given here. This is equation number 3. So where was the x? We write the term a. Here 1 a b minus x, and we replace this x with a. Similarly, c minus x, c minus a minus x mean a minus a, that results 0. C minus x means c minus a. C into a minus x, x mean a. So a minus a is equal to 0. So when we applied the condition that x is equal to a, so this equation became equation number 3, that 1 is equal to minus a into a minus b, because here was b minus a. When we reverse the equation or multiplied with -1, then it became a minus b. So 1 is equal to minus a into a minus b into c minus a. So by dividing the a minus b and c minus a with 1, so a value is minus 1 over a minus b into c minus a. So for the simplicity and for the convenience, what we do here, we will multiply and divide the right hand side of this equation with b minus c. The right hand side of this equation will be multiplied with b minus c. So this equation became a is equal to minus into b minus c divided by a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. This equation will be called now as equation number 4. And this equation number 4 has been obtained by taking the value a minus x is equal to 0 and x is equal to a. So when we write the value of a instead of x. So equation 3 became 1 is equal to minus a into a minus b into c minus a. By rearranging, a is equal to minus 1 over a minus b into c minus a. And the right hand side of this equation was multiplied and divided by b minus c. So the resultant equation number 4 became a is equal to minus b minus c divided by a minus b into b minus c into c minus c. Dear students, similarly, as we have find the value of a, now we will find the value of b. So to find the value of b, we suppose that b minus x is equal to 0. It means x is equal to b. Now we will put this value of x, that is b, in which equation? In equation number 3. So this is the equation number 3. So where is the x? We will replace x with b. So after replacing x with b, this equation number 3 became 1 is equal to 1 is equal to a into 0 plus b into a minus b into c minus b. Here, as student, here is the plus 1. You can write here plus. I think in this equation this plus is missing, but you can write here plus here at this position. And c is also 0. So 1 is equal to minus b into a minus b into b minus c. I am feeling difficulty here to write plus due to using the equation editor. My equation editor is not working here. So dear students, you are directed to write here plus at this where my cursor is moving. So the value of b will be minus 1 over a minus b into b minus c. Similarly, we will multiply and divide the right hand side of this equation with c minus c. When we multiplied and divided the right hand side of this equation with c minus a, then this equation became equation 5. So the value of b will be equal to minus c minus a divided by a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. Dear students, now we will find the value of c in the similar way as we have find the value of a and b. So here we will suppose that when c minus x is equal to 0, it means x is equal to c. So what we will do here, in equation number 3, we will replace x with c. By replacing x with c in equation number 3, this equation will be 1 is equal to a into b minus c into c minus x is equal to 1 is equal to a, because here they will be cancelled out because c is equal to x. So this will be cancelled out. 1 is equal to a into plus b plus c into a minus c into b minus c. Dear students, the value of c will be minus 1 over b minus c into c minus c. Similarly, we will multiply and divide the right hand side with a minus b. So, by multiplying and dividing the right hand side with a minus b, we obtained equation number 6. So, the equation 6 became c is equal to minus into a minus b divided by a minus b into b minus c into c minus c. Dear students, here the question arises that when we find the value of A, we multiply it and divide it with B minus C, right hand side of the equation. Similarly, for the determination of value of B, we multiply it and divide it with C minus A. And to determine the value of C, we multiplied and divided the equation with A minus B. Why we multiplied and divided? Why there is need to multiply and divide? The answer is very simple. If you see equation number 4, the denominator is A minus B into B minus C into C minus A. See the denominator in equation 5. A minus B, B minus A, B minus C into C minus A. Denominator in equation 6, A minus B into B minus C into C minus A. So, in these three equations, you can see the order of the terms in the denominator is same. So, this same order of term will be helpful to find out the value of rate constant expression. So, before solving the next steps, we multiplied and divided B minus C, C minus A and A minus B to find the values of A, B and C. Dear students, now by using equation 4, 5 and 6, we will put the value of A, B and C and will put the values of A, B and C in equation number 2. This is equation number 2 which you have studied in the start of this lecture. So when we will write A, B and C values, you can see the left hand side here is same and the A has been replaced with B minus C divided by A minus B into B minus C into C minus C. The area here to here, this is the value of A. Here, which I am showing with a circle by moving the cursor, this is the value of A and the value of A will be written here. Similarly, the area which I am showing in circle by moving the cursor, this is the value of B. This is where my cursor is moving. Similarly, the value of C, I am showing with my cursor here in the circle. Inside the circle, if you see, this is the value of C. So, the equation number 2, where the values of A, B and C have been inserted, the resultant equation will be 1 over A minus X into B minus X into C minus X is equal to minus B minus C over A minus B, B minus C, C minus A minus X minus C minus A minus B, B minus C, C minus A, B minus X minus A minus B divided by A minus B, B minus C, C minus A, C minus X. Dear students, if you see the right hand side of this equation, can you tell me what term can be taken as common, or what are the common terms in the right hand side of this equation where my cursor is moving? Yes, the common term here is 1 over A minus B, B minus C and C minus C. This is the common term of the right hand side. So if I take this term common, then the remaining values inside the square bracket will be minus B minus C divided by A minus X minus C minus A over B minus X minus A minus B over C minus X. So this equation which we have obtained by taking a common value 1 over A minus B into B minus C into C minus A, this equation will be further integrate it, and after integration we will be able to find the value of rate constant expression. So dear students, now we apply the rules of integration to this equation, and we will get the equation like this one: integral dx over a minus x into b minus x into c minus x is equal to 1 over a minus b minus c into c minus a. This was the common term. Integral minus b minus c over a minus x minus c minus a over b minus x minus a minus b over c minus x into dx. So when we will apply the rules of integration as I have mentioned below at the end of this lecture, then by using these rules you will be able to find the terms here, that when we will solve the equation by using rules of integration, then this equation will be integral dx over a minus x into b minus x into c minus x is equal to 1 over a minus b into b minus c into c minus a into b minus c integral minus 1 dx or minus dx over a minus x plus c minus a minus dx over b minus x plus a minus b integral minus dx over c minus x. This equation has been written by using the rules of integration, and the same equation can be written as following, that 1 over a minus b minus c into c minus a into b minus c integral minus dx over a minus x plus c minus a integral minus dx over b minus x plus a minus b integral minus dx over c minus x will be equal to rate constant k into dt. Dear students, this equation is the dt. Here t is missing. You please write the dt here where my cursor is. Again, my equation editor is not working, due to which I am feeling difficulty to edit this equation. But you please, dear student, here write dt there, here at this place where my cursor is moving. So when we applied the rules of integration, then this negative dx, integral negative dx, will be replaced with natural law. According to rules of integration, integral negative dx will be replaced with natural law. So this equation at the end of this slide, you can compare with this equation, that inside the bracket b minus c natural log into a minus x plus c minus a into natural log into b minus x plus a minus b natural log into c minus x is equal to k t plus c. Student, here t is present, here it is missing, you please write t here. And this is the constant. Constant means it is integration constant. It can be written with a, c, with any other value, but mostly in this chapter we will take capital C or small c. Mostly constants are taken with capital words. Here, where I am simply writing constant, and this is integration constant. So this equation, when we will rearrange the equation by dividing the numerator with this denominator, this equation will be written as b minus c natural log into a minus x plus c minus a natural log into b minus x plus a minus b natural log into c minus x and divided by denominator a minus b minus c into c minus a is equal to kt plus constant. Dear students, to find the value of this constant, we will apply the initial condition when time is equal to 0 second. Then product concentration x will also be equal to 0. So if we put these values in this equation, then this equation will be written as b minus c natural log a because x is equal to 0 plus c minus a natural log b because x is equal to 0, a minus b natural log c because x is equal to 0 divided by a minus b minus c minus a, and this value will be equal to constant. Dear students, this is the value of integration constant. So for the sake of simplicity, we will put this value in which equation? In this equation, which I have written above here. So we will write the value of constant in this equation, and if you compare this and this equation, you will observe that left hand side of the equation are same, this one and this one, and here kt, this kt plus c, and this is the value of c. The area which I am showing with my cursor, this is the value of constant. If you see here, the constant is positive. If we take this constant value on the other side of equation, it will be negative. So we subtracted this constant from this equation. So the resultant equation became b minus c natural log a minus x plus c minus a natural log b minus x plus a minus b natural log c minus x minus this square bracket area indicates the values from the constant, and the denominator is same in both cases. So we take it LCM. By taking the LCM in this equation, this is the LCM, a minus b into b minus c into c minus a. So the value of kt became, by multiplying the inside value or by rearranging the values, just like b minus c natural log a minus c plus c minus a natural log b minus x plus a minus b natural log c minus x. Here the values are changed. Inside the bracket, this is positive, here it is negative. It is positive, it is negative. This is positive, this is negative. So the main difference in these two equations is just the sign changing, positive to negative and negative to positive. So by changing the sign, now we will be able to apply the laws of logarithm. According to laws of logarithm, this equation can be rearranged as following, that b minus c into log natural a minus x minus log natural a. This is log natural a, which I have written at the start, this one. This one. Similarly, c minus a natural log b minus x minus log natural b plus a minus b into natural log c minus x minus log natural log c. So when we will apply the rules of logarithm that you have studied in your lower class, let us suppose if we have the value log m minus log n, log a minus log b, then how can we solve the equation? Just writing log a over b. Similarly, by applying the logarithm rules, this equation will be 1 over a minus b into b minus c into c minus a, b minus c natural log a minus x over a plus c minus a natural log into b minus x over b, this one, plus a minus b natural log c minus x divided by c is equal to kt. Dear students, this equation is very important because when we will rearrange this equation, then we will get the resultant equation number 7. And the resultant equation number 7 is b minus c natural log a minus x over a plus c minus a natural log b minus x over b plus a minus b natural log c minus x over c is equal to a minus b into b minus c into c minus a into kt. And if you see here, the denominator was multiplied on both sides. Here it was cancelled and here it is multiplied. So this kt has been multiplied with this denominator. This is the equation number 7. This is the integrated rate equation for third order reaction, in which all the reactants have different concentration. And this is the equation of straight line passing through the origin. Because if we plot a graph along x-axis, we take the time, and along y-axis, we take the concentration A minus B into B minus C into C minus A, then we will get a graph in which a straight line will pass through the origin. So this is the equation of straight line. And the slope of this graph or straight line will be a minus b into b minus c into c minus a is equal to k. By dividing the a minus b, b minus c, c minus a with slope, we will get the value of rate constant k. So if we want to determine the rate constant expression for a third order reaction when all the initial concentrations are different, then we will measure the value of slope from the graph and will divide with the initial values of the concentration of reactant A, B and C according to this equation. So we can determine the rate constant for a third order reaction that will tell us at which speed the reaction is going. Dear students, at the end, if we did calculate or if we find the values of rate constant K, then its unit can be found out by using equation number 7. This is equation number 7. So when we take the concentration in terms of mole per decimeter cube, then we get that the rate constant K is equal to decimeter raised to power dm raised to power 6 per mole square per second. The unit of rate constant K will be decimeter dm raised to power 6 per mole square per second. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Dear students, at the end of this lecture, here are some rules of integration. They can be helpful to find different integration steps in your lecture. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.